Welcome to the May 8th, 2026 St. Lawrence County Industrial Development Agency meeting. Call to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Staples. Mr. LaBath. Mr. Blevins.
Here.
Mr. Hall.
Here.
Mr. McMahon.
Here.
Mr. Morrow.
Here.
Mr. Reagan.
Here.
You have a quorum.
We have a quorum. Public notice was sent out on May 5th, 2026. I do apologize for being 10 minutes late with some technical issues. Is there any public comment? Hearing none, we'll move on to the minutes. March 27th, 2026. Now entertain a motion to accept that.
So move.
And a second? Second. The motion on the floor.
Sorry,
Discussion needs to be had. I'll talk to this director that asked me to.
just
do this.
a quick technical note, in the minutes and in the meeting last time, we did not explicitly state the reason for the executive session. So I just want to correct that. We'll amend the minutes to reflect the reason was the financial credit or employment history of a particular person or corporation or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Do we have a financial report for this meeting?
We do not.
Past financial report? No committee reports? Kelly, do you have a staff report?
I do. Just a quick update. We are going to need a meeting later in May or sometime in the very near future. We're working on final materials for the Vecino Group Congdon Hall pilot project. That will likely be ready at the next meeting. Some other quick notes. We have an additional resolution for some lawn care RFP work for this season in your packet. We continue to work on the Buck Street property, moving closer toward putting out our RFP for some initial rehabilitation work. We're getting closer on the Messina Downtown Revitalization Initiative School of Business project. The temporary steel that was on the front of the building has been removed. The contractor is now doing the final work for concrete, electrical lighting, and painting of the permanent steel. Just a couple quick notes on some marketing and promotional activities. We were a sponsor for the Business Resource Mixer last week here in Canton. It was well attended. Approximately 100 people were there. There's been stories in the press about that. Bob Offeld was at Select USA in Washington, D.C. earlier this week. We will be at CANSEC in Ottawa later this month. We're attending the SciTech Safety Day, May 27th as well. As we're out talking with companies, we're certainly not safety auditors. When you have some sense of those issues and you can go out and talk to companies and help make them aware of the resources through SciTech if they're not there, or at least stay in front of the group of companies. It's one of those things we've tried to do over the years. And then we did provide copies of the 990 tax forms for everybody. One of the questions in the tax forms is, have they been made available for everybody's review? So that's why you received them. Other than that, nothing else to report.
On Buck Street,
Yes.
could you paint a picture of what I see if I went over there for the first time in here?
You were there, not much different than when you were there last time. We're gonna start with, we've cleared out a fair amount of the materials that were inside the building. Previous owner, that's still underway. I think sequentially, our plan is going to be to start with the warehouse space closest to Buck Street. So we're either emptying that, it's the curved roof and the
Far end of the building is,
closest end of the street as you come in.
okay,
So not the high area, but closer to Buck Street. We've done some staging and some cleaning in that area. Continue to get ready to empty that because our anticipation is when we do go out to bid, that's where we're starting in that area. It's approximately 40,000 square feet. That's going to be the focus of this year's efforts.
are there businesses that you're going to, that you think might be interested in that space?
Yes. Yeah, we've had some prospective discussions. We've shown the building to some different, call it interested parties. We're not, with a building like that, you're not going to do it all at once. You're going to start with a part of it And that's the part we're starting with, and that's likely the closest to being ready for the most likely reuse in the shortest period of time, I guess is how to put it, and that's what we're targeting.
It just had a ton of stuff on the floor that had to be,
We've done, yeah, there's been stuff moved, stuff cleaned, and there'll be more of that.
there were some lighting issues, weren't there?
We've got, we approved a lighting award for a company to come in and put all new lighting through the whole building. That will be done in concert with the other efforts that go on after the hazmat survey work is done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions for Mr. Kelly?
Hearing none, we'll move on. There is no old business. Under new business, you should have a copy of a resolution for a project authorizing Small City Brewing Company. A loan, I think it was entertained in motion.
No, this the sales and use tax.
Sales and use tax.
Mortgage recording, sorry.
Mr. Chair, I'll be recusing myself to avoid the appearance of a conflict of interest.
Okay. A motion to bring this to the floor. You can second.
I will make that motion.
Okay, seconded.
You did yours without as much fanfare as Mark.
I think that's a nice thing, though. That way I'll notice you right away.
Yeah, thank you.
Any discussion? Can you please explain what?
Yeah, so
This,
as you see in your cost benefit analysis, the total project amount for which the assistance is targeted, which is the envelope and manufacturing portion of the project, is $650,000. The benefited project amount is about $453,000. So you're voting on providing a sales tax exemption on materials and a mortgage recording tax exemption on the rehabilitation of the property that Small City Brewing Company, which is a startup, it is affiliated with some common ownership with Hosmerica, which is Hosmer's Marina, JJ's on the Water, Sweet Emily's Coffee Shop. It's a series of businesses in the Marina District of Ogdensburg. They have acquired an adjoining property. It's a vacant 5,000 square foot warehouse at 110 Lake Street in Ogdensburg, and it is being repurposed as a microbrewery facility.
Which used to be a disco.
yeah, been there. It looks.
Which time's gone by, evidently, you could have found, Johnny Fever Reagan in there dancing. I guess.
Yeah, it was maybe different here. But reading this, it appears that this timeline is 1 to 2 years to be built.
I think I would suspect rehabilitation construction starting immediately with the goal of project equipping and final construction to happen next year. There's a Restore New York grant component through the city of Ogdensburg that may have a little bit of a longer time frame in being completed, but the goal is to move is sooner rather than later.
Any further discussion?
I like the business history. I don't. They, other than on an amateur personal basis, that's the brewing that they do.
Yes, on I guess that's a good way to put it. I mean, what's a question with a brew facility always is, is the capacity there to make a product that people are going to enjoy? This is it's a related business to what has been a very successful hospitality and restaurant business. So certainly our expectation is that they'll be able to do that.
And they also will have a restaurant there as well.
Which is not part of
Which they have
this.
a history of.
Our incentives are not related to the restaurant portion of the project at all.
So there'll be a separate restaurant from the restaurant that's there now.
That building
We'll have its own
will
restaurant.
have its own restaurant. It'll be a pizza place.
All right. Hearing no more discussion, all in favor of approving the sales and use tax exemption, say aye.
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 recuse myself.
And we do have one.
No.
And there is also a mortgage
Yeah, I
report
can have this in the
portion of that as well, which you approve, not just sales tax.
sales.
And mortgage.
Mortgage exemption.
Sorry
Thank
to be a dork, but is it a recusal or an abstention?
Well, he talked, so it's more of an abstention than an recusal. Recusal would be not commenting.
Okay.
St. Lawrence County, he didn't vote. All right. Also, we have another resolution that, we put in today, authorizing 1 year lawn and service contract for our building. Okay. That before,
So moved.
and second, please explain and discuss.
Pretty straightforward. We have properties throughout the county. We do an RFP every year, 1 year lawn services agreement. You see we have the bids that are being recommended based on the results of the RFP and your resolution,
This same firm we've used in the past.
3 different ones. So it's there, we have used 2 of them in the past before. One of, correct?
Eshelman and TC
Yeah.
we've used in the
Yeah.
past.
My only question was, what happens with the Messina one?
What happens? That's gonna be, that'll be for the,
Oh,
we have a-
forgot to take that column off.
for.
Okay,
The
thank you.
LDC. It's on the
Yeah,
LDC.
that one, you'll see that one on the LDC resolution because it's owned through the LDC.
No problem, I just wondered why.
Yeah. It's gonna be long grass all summer.
Any more discussion? All in favor of approving the contract in the resolution, say aye.
I,
Opposed, nay, the ayes have it. And we will move on, there's no need for executive
There
session,
isn't, there is,
you do have a need for executive session?
I do, and
What
What's
is
the
it
purpose?
concern?
for the financial credit or employment history of a particular person or corporation. Same as the reason last time.
Okay, and we will now be in executive session.
Anybody like vote?
Welcome back to the St. Lawrence County Industrial Development Agency meeting. We are now out of executive session. We have no more business for the IDA meeting. I would entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved. All right.
Second.
Meeting is closed.